no one out there looking for baby Emmanuel except for us, because all you're going to do is complicate things in the future.
Tonight, words of caution from investigators who continue searching for a missing baby in Southern California. The child's parents already facing murder charges in this case. Good evening, everyone. Welcome to West Coast Wrap. I'm Alex Savage. New revelations tonight about baby Emmanuel Haro. Authorities now believe the 7-month-old died from abuse several days before his parents falsely reported that he'd been abducted. And as Fox 11's Nick Garcia reports tonight, the Riverside County District Attorney believes the father should have been locked up a long time ago.
Parents accused of doing the unthinkable, a baby's body still missing, and a frustrated district attorney saying it could have all been prevented if a judge had sent Jake Haro to prison for severe child abuse years ago.
That decision was absolutely outrageous. Mr. Haro should have been in prison at the time that this crime happened, and if that judge had done his job as he should have done, Emmanuel would be alive today.
Instead, Haro was given probation for admitting to abusing his then infant daughter to the point she now has cerebral palsy.
Here we have to understand what you're dealing with is an experienced child abuser.
Wednesday, new charges against both. For Jake, felony willful harm to a child and felony possession of a firearm and ammunition. Rumors continue to swirl online, leading to the spread of misinformation about the case and people conducting their own searches for Emmanuel's remains.
There should be no one out there looking for baby Emmanuel except for us, because all you're going to do is complicate things in the future.
Thousands of investigators are searching for the remains, as the DA says he's confident in the evidence his office has.
We're not interested in a plea bargain with these individuals. We're interested in a trial and getting to justice.
And that was Fox 11's Nick Garcia reporting tonight. Cameras have spotted Jake Haro walking with search teams as they look for the 7-month-old baby. The San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department says that he is providing assistance, but they declined to elaborate. Jake and Rebecca Haro insist that they are innocent. Their next court date is set for September 4th.
My friend got shot in the back. He's in the hospital right now. Yeah, I'm just like confused kinda, because I never thought it would happen and it just happened, so like just kind of crazy.
Heartbreak in Minnesota tonight after a mass shooting today at a Catholic high school left 2 children dead and 17 other people injured. And tonight we are seeing an outpouring of grief and strong reactions across the country, including here in the West, following this tragedy. Nevada Congresswoman Dina Titus posted on X, quote, "This must stop. Another senseless tragedy. My thoughts are with the Annunciation Catholic school community in Minneapolis. I will keep pushing for common sense gun regulation in Congress. We need it now." Colorado Congressman Jeff Crank also posted on X saying he is, quote, "heartbroken by the news coming out of Minneapolis today. As a father, I cannot fathom the tragedy these families are facing. Join us in praying for the Annunciation Catholic school community, their families, friends, and first responders on the scene." The shooter fired through the windows of a church where children were attending Mass today to mark the first week of school. The shooter has been identified tonight as 23-year-old Robin Westman. Investigators say they had issued a manifesto that was timed for release on YouTube.
This manifesto appeared to show him at the scene and included some disturbing writings. That content has since been taken down.
Police say Westman died by suicide. The FBI says it is investigating the shooting as a possible act of domestic terrorism and a hate crime. Well, storms crossing Utah have led to flooding near Salt Lake City. Images posted to social media show people wading through high water in far west this morning. Some people in that city are reporting that water is getting inside of homes. Storms in this area have been on and off for most of the afternoon. For more, let's bring in KTVU's chief meteorologist, Mark DeMaio, who is tracking the heavy rain there in Utah and the conditions we can expect across the west. Hey, Mark.
Hi there, Alex. Yeah, when you get a lot of rain in a short amount of time, you get those the flash flooding issues. You can see this rainfall report today in Salt Lake City, 0.59 inches at the airport. So it's not a humongous number, but in the nearby areas, if you get a lot of rain in a short amount of time, that could cause the problems. Here's a look at the radar imagery throughout the day. As you can see, the action from earlier this morning, those cells moving across the area. And still, as you can see, still some coverage on the radar, especially to the north of Salt Lake City. As we show you, these are all the storm reports, as you can pick out in parts of Colorado, and just some scattered amounts of those storm reports indicating those heavy downpours and some flooding. Now, this was the scene today in Phoenix, 102 degrees. For this afternoon, some of those cloud buildups off in the distance. In the San Francisco Bay Area, San Francisco maxed out in right around 71. So another nice day out there with lots of sunshine over San Francisco Bay. And then this was Seattle picking up on some high cloud cover. Temperatures have cooled off quite a bit, with those readings no longer in the 80s or 90s, so just the mid 70s this afternoon. Checking out the satellite and the radar across a good portion of the west. Still a bunch of green showing up here, as you can see out toward Denver, and then that moisture working its way into parts of Oregon and Washington for today. Current numbers out there: Phoenix has cooled off to 98 degrees, Las Vegas 96, Reno in Nevada 69, and you can see Portland still fairly warm, checking in the 80s. Here's the plan for tomorrow: maybe a sun cloud mix for Seattle tomorrow. It's a nice day in the Bay Area. The thunderstorms out toward Denver, then some sunshine for Southern California, and in Phoenix, temperatures, as you would expect, approaching the triple digits. So here's the forecast model. What's interesting here, you can see some clouds and some rain showers trying to develop in portions of Southern California. So we'll keep an eye on some of that moisture setting up. And then for the Bay Area, clearing skies. And then, as you can see, we have that sun cloud mix for Seattle. This is your Thursday afternoon forecast. And over the next 3 days, where you can see temperatures not moving around too much, with the Bay Area, San Francisco on track to reach the lower 70s, Los Angeles mid 80s. And then Phoenix on track to reach 104, 105, 108 degrees. So once again, a combination of the heat, and also we're actually tracking those showers and thunderstorms as that monsoonal flow continues to destabilize the atmosphere somewhat across parts of the west. Alex.
All right, Mark, thank you. We have an update on last month's standoff between federal agents and employees at a Southern California surgical center. And video that I believe we're going to show you here momentarily shows you what happened after agents chased a landscaper they were trying to detain into the Ontario Advanced Surgery Center, which is east of Los Angeles. The center's staff demanded to see the arresting agent's identification as well as a warrant. Today, a federal grand jury indicted 2 of those workers with a felony count of assaulting, resisting, and impeding a federal officer. If convicted, they're facing up to 8 years in prison. Their trial is set to begin in October. Acting U.S. Attorney Bill Asaley said, quote, "It doesn't matter who you are or where you work. If you assault our agents or otherwise interfere with our operations, you will be arrested and charged with a federal crime." Friends of a Utah violinist being held tonight by ICE are hoping to raise awareness about his case by filling their state's capital with music. Fox 13's Carolina Hassett spoke with the detainee's attorney about how the musician ended up in custody.
Amidst the hustle and bustle of the state capitol, one sound could be heard loud and clear. Friends of John Shin, a violinist who was detained by ICE, are planning on playing their instruments here in the rotunda until he's home.
It was a shock to hear that it was John. He is probably the last person that I would have expected that to happen to.
I want all of the state representatives, anybody who happens to be walking by, to know about what's happening in their own state.
And while the pleasant sounds echoed through the Capitol, John's wife was going through a nightmare of her own.
I can't sleep, I can't eat.
Adam Craig, Shin's attorney, was able to clarify Shin's immigration status.
Came in under his father's student visa originally, has married a United States citizen, and for some reasons that were kind of beyond the control of theirs, weren't able to file for the green card.
Craig was also able to reveal the reason why Shin was detained.
There is an impaired driver conviction from 2020. He successfully completed probation. He did everything he was asked to do, but that does make currently anybody that has that type of a conviction they become a priority for immigration.
Danae says at that time, Shin was struggling with the death of his father.
He was stepping into the role of trying to take care of his family in his father's absence, not knowing how to move forward.
Craig says no citizenship paperwork has been submitted yet, but they're hoping to get Shin a green card after his bond hearing next week.
Do I wish that they would have filed a long time ago? Yes. Did circumstances allow for that? No.
Danae has since been able to talk with Shin and says he's coping the best he can.
I wanted the world to see what an incredible husband and father and person he is. Well, I wish he wouldn't have made this mistake. I know that we've been doing everything that we can to make it right.
In the meantime, violins will continue to play as his loved ones await his return home. In Salt Lake City, Carolina Hassett.
Very nice.
Fox 13 News, Utah.
Coming up tonight here on West Coast Wrap, AI is shaking up the job market. Tonight, what technology experts believe will protect you from being replaced by a computer at work. Plus, crowds lining the streets in southern Nevada tonight to celebrate their local Little League champions. We will take you to this celebration up next. The man accused of setting fires at a Tesla collision center in Las Vegas has been given a court date. The next trial date for Paul Kim is set for December 2nd. Authorities say Kim was caught on camera back in March spray painting "resist" onto the front of that building and then lighting several Teslas on fire. Kim is also suspected of having several Molotov cocktails on him. He was indicted in April by a grand jury. He is facing federal charges of arson and destruction of property. Crews battling a wildfire in Oregon are bracing for the return of thunderstorms and erratic winds tomorrow that will complicate their work. They've managed to keep containment on the flat fire at 7% over the last day, despite growth of the fire zone. The flat fire has burned more than 23,000 acres northwest of Bend. 4 homes and 8 other buildings have been destroyed by the flames, and the cause of this fire is still being investigated. Crews are making progress fighting the picket fire in Northern California's wine country. According to CAL FIRE, this fire is holding at 6,800 acres, and containment now stands at 29%. That's up from 21% last night. CAL FIRE says favorable weather is helping crews. The fire is burning near several wineries in Pope Valley and Howell Mountain, and there is concern the smoke could affect this year's grape harvest. One winemaker says so far, wind in the area is really helping to clear out the smoke.
99% of the vineyards out in Napa Valley are actually quite a ways from this fire. And thankfully, the smoke has been going out to the north of the valley. And I think by and large, I think most of the vineyards are really in a really good space.
And the winemaker also told us that vineyards are preparing to harvest, and he is very optimistic about the quality of wine coming from the Napa Valley this year. Well, the top Republican in the California Assembly is presenting a controversial proposal in response to the state's redistricting plan. Today, State Assembly Leader James Gallagher proposed splitting the state of California in two. He calls it a, quote, two-state solution, separating California's bluer coastal communities from its redder inland areas. California Republicans have proposed similar plans in the past. Gallagher's endorsement, though, marks a rare instance that a top party official has voiced their support for such a split. California Governor Gavin Newsom had strong criticism for President Trump today during an appearance in Sacramento. Newsom took part in a question and answer session at Politico's first ever California Policy Summit. The governor said he's never been more focused and determined to take on President Trump and what he calls abuses of power, especially toward the people of California.
He sent 700 active duty members of the Marines to the second largest city in the United States of America. Nothing about that is normal, and nothing about that should be normalized. And I'm on the other side of any kind of hesitancy that I had prior. I'm on the other side of giving a damn about people's feelings about this moment.
What would be your first target? A number of panel discussions were held at today's event to discuss topics affecting the state, such as housing, technology, energy, health, and education. California Senator Alex Padilla was also among the speakers today, and he addressed reports that he may run for governor.
Are you ruling out a run for governor?
Focusing on this November.
So it sounds to me like you're not ruling out a run for governor.
Sounds like you're going to keep asking.
Senator Padilla says the stakes are high this November with a special election to vote on Proposition 50 to change California's congressional districts. Well, in the Bay Area, San Jose has announced the 4 winners of its AI incentive program. The program offered $50,000, tax breaks, and professional services to select companies working on big issues like food waste and maternal health. One recipient, Meta Food X, says its AI program can help restaurants and food services reduce overproduction by 50%. It says it chose San Jose as its base because of leaders' desire to grow the AI sector.
When the private sector and the public, the government, can be aligned on the vision on where things should go, how we should approach it, then things go much faster.
San Jose Mayor Matt Mahan has also launched a series of pilot projects using AI to streamline city services like bus routes, as well as an upskilling program to teach city workers about how to use artificial intelligence. Well, there are concerns about how advancements in AI could potentially lead to increasing unemployment rates. Fox 10's Ashley Rodriguez spoke with technology experts about how to protect yourself in the evolving job market.
CEO Dario Amodei of AI company Anthropic recently appeared on CNN, issuing a stark warning about the rapid progression of AI.
Compared to previous technology changes, I'm a little bit more worried about the labor impact simply because it's happening so fast that, yes, people will adapt, but they may not adapt fast enough.
Amodei told Axios it could spike unemployment 10 to 20%, a dire warning echoed by other top CEOs. While Microsoft research found 40 roles are facing significant AI disruption, including translators, sales, and customer service reps.
Now, I'm a criminal justice major, and they are saying that AI might take out lawyers.
We both want to be on camera broadcasters, so there are some concerns about the AI generated broadcasters.
Tech expert Ken Colburn saying it's the entry-level, repetitive jobs that AI is coming for.
AI is not going to take your job today. What is going to take your job today is somebody, a human, that knows how to use AI versus a human that doesn't.
ASU says it's updating its curriculum to launch new AI degrees and courses, so no student is left behind and can participate in the new opportunities the AI era will present.
It's actually pretty crazy because as a freshman starting college, I don't know what my senior year is going to look like.
To summarize what ASU professor Hassan Davulku told me, if it's true that AI could eliminate half of all entry-level white-collar jobs within the next 5 years, the cause is not because it's inevitable, it's the failure of corporate leadership and leaders who lack the foresight to fully harness the AI revolution across all levels, including the entry-level roles. Ashley Rodriguez, Fox 10 News.
Well, news about the engagement of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce took the internet by storm, to say the very least. And now we're getting a sense of just how popular this post was. A Meta spokesperson tells TMZ that Instagram was so overwhelmed with users reacting to the engagement post that some people were unable to access the app yesterday. The couple posted a series of photos in a garden setting showing off Swift's diamond ring. TMZ tells us the engagement happened in Kelce's backyard.
They had reservations to go out to dinner, Travis and Taylor did. But Travis says to Taylor, hey, let's go have a glass of wine in the backyard before we go to dinner. They go into the backyard and he's got the beautiful floral arrangement. And he gets down on one knee and he's got the beautiful, huge engagement ring. And obviously the rest is history. She says yes, and the millions and millions of likes.
Millions of them, yes. TMZ says that Kelce's father has now revealed that the couple had actually been engaged for a couple of weeks before making the news public yesterday. All right, coming up tonight here on West Coast Rap, a championship parade tonight for a Southern Nevada Little League team, how the community is coming together to celebrate their incredible title run. Also, we'll show you how a trip to New Orleans is honoring World War II veterans from Arizona.
There's a lot of ugly things being in the service, but we learned a lot.
A group of World War II veterans from Arizona are being honored with a special trip to New Orleans. They'll visit the National World War II Museum, where they'll get a chance to share their stories. As Fox 10's Steve Nielsen explains tonight, it's a bittersweet day for those who support these war heroes.
With flags waving and a line of grateful Americans lining the Sky Bridge, the bagpipe echoes in the terminal. A hero's send-off to true heroes. The very few still here that fought and won World War II.
Everything's beautiful here.
Wing Lai, one of 15 Arizona World War II veterans and their guardians, are about to fly to New Orleans and see the National World War II Museum firsthand.
We like to say at American, we fly freely around the world because of what you've done.
American Airlines working with the Gary Sinise Foundation to make it happen. It's called the Soaring Valor Program.
But so proudly we held.
The event, a constant reminder of what was fought for and won.
The bombs bursting in our...
A sacrifice from the greatest generation to the youngest generation.
One nation, under God, indivisible.
Wing Lai is an Air Corps veteran who helped get supplies to China from India, a treacherous, infamous stretch.
War is hell. And if we ever get into another war, which I hope not, I hope that they all come back in one piece.
These moments are rare. Less than 1% of the veterans who fought in that war are still alive. And that means this 10-year-old program to bring them to their museum is about to end.
With fewer veterans able to travel today, this flight marks the second to the last Soaring Valor trip.
So many memories coming back.
My brother and my wife's brother did not come back.
These crowds are thankful for sacrifice and service.
God bless America.
Steve Nielsen, Fox News.
All right, finally tonight, a championship parade just wrapped up in the Las Vegas neighborhood of Summerlin, celebrating the community's Little League team. The Summerlin South Little League baseball team just won the U.S. championship, and now they are back home, and hundreds of people were on hand tonight to recognize this incredible accomplishment. Nick Carter of the Backstreet Boys served as the MC for this parade tonight, and you also saw the A's mascot Stomper was on hand as well. Quite the scene there in Summerlin, and congratulations to the Little League squad from Southern Nevada. That does it for West Coast Wrap tonight. We appreciate you watching as always, and a quick reminder here, all the big stories we're covering across the West Coast, you can find them at our website, westcoastwrap.com. And don't forget to stream all of our shows on your smart TV. All you have to do is download the free Fox Local app, a gorgeous shot here from the Bay Area of the Oakland Estuary. Have a great night.